Hello everyone and welcome back to the Indie Demon. So, let's do this. Okay. I think we'll go down here. Or we won't, because that's where we were before. We'll have a car. Let's go in there. Oh, okay. Let's see. This is the park, this is the old chapel. I think we were supposed to go to the old chapel. Let's go there.
What are you doing here? Why aren't you at your post?
Well, you told me to.
Never mind. Do you have any news, at least?
Yeah, the American is talking to the girl's boss.
So, he thinks he can move in on my women, huh? Well, my friend, if you ever see him, you may explain things to him.
Explain what?
Use that brute force of yours, you idiot!
Okay, boss.
I truly miss your brother. He was the smart one.
Yeah, I miss him too. Why can't we get him out?
Because I'd probably get arrested too, you moron! That's all Skalnik wants anyways. I have a feeling he will blame me for all these murders. Why am I telling you this? Go back to your post. You see the American, you can rough him up.
Okay, boss.
I better steer clear of the big guy. The scrawny-looking guy was probably Ottokar Kubina. Who can forget that name? Anyways, he was the pimp of the neighborhood. He worked out of this little lingerie shop, which acted as a front, of course. He owned a couple of joints in the district, including the cabaret where Ida used to work. I think he never forgave me for stealing Ida from that dive.
Okay, so this is fantastic. So basically, we've got a guy that wants us roughed up to hell. Can we go in there?
I better straighten things out with him later. I have other things to do.
Okay, so that's a no. Okay. I do love that they're calling me the American. It's like, you all sound American. The fuck sounds like he's from Boston. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, I wanted to go here. Thank you. There's a cat over there. Anything to click on other than going in? Nope, so let's go into the old chapel. This is pretty. Well, maybe I don't know. Okay, this is creepy.
In nomine Patris et Filii Spiritus Sancti.
Okay.
This place had the metallic smell of blood and the stench of rotting flesh. This old chapel had been converted into an autopsy room. Now blood dyed its floor. Hello, Mr. Corona. My name's Gus McPherson. I'm a detective that was hired to help my client... Hello? Sir?
Hello? Huh? What are you doing here? I thought I'd locked the door. Where is my cone? What are you trying to do? Give me a heart attack?
Sorry, Mr. Corona.
Who are you and how do you know my name?
Like I said earlier, I'm Detective McPherson. Inspector Skalnik told me that I could ask you a few questions.
If Skalnik says it's okay, then it's okay.
Can you walk me through your observations of this victim?
Okay. The cause of death is like the others. The cut to the throat.
It can't be the multiple stab wounds or the evisceration itself?
No, I'm pretty sure of that.
What happened to your hearing, if you don't mind my asking?
It happened in the Great War. I was a medical aide. Now we get the wounded from the trenches to the temporary hospital. One day we saw a wounded soldier in no man's land. We rushed to him, and a mortar shell exploded on my partner. I survived, but with hardly any hearing left.
So that's where you got your experience?
Yeah, mostly. Ironically, the war ended 3 weeks after the shell exploded.
Oh, poor guy.
What makes you so sure?
The one before her. The one we found in the park. She was killed in the same spot she was found. It was clear that it was the wound to her throat that killed her. The rest was probably done after.
And how did you come to that conclusion?
Because not much blood was coming from the other wounds. The heart was still beating when the throat was cut. I could tell by the amount of blood that had poured from the throat wound.
So you weren't sure about the cause of death until you saw the victim in the park?
Well, I had my doubts, but when I saw her, yes, she made things more clear.
And the same killer would use the same brutal techniques?
Precisely.
Does the victim in the park have any other differences from the rest of the victims?
Yes, the cut to her neck indicates an attack from behind. The rest, including this one, were attacked from the front. If only I had the other body, I could show you the difference.
That's okay. Really, I trust your judgment. You don't have the body, but maybe you have a file on the victim from the park?
Sure. The man who was supposed to come and get the file never showed up.
What man?
Skalnik's errand boy. He comes to get the files I make for each victim. He still hasn't come to get the one from the park.
Ah, I see. Well, I'll take Inspector Skalnik's file if you don't mind.
No, I don't really care.
That's kind of
Where do you
great.
keep your files?
In my safe over there. Yeah, I could never remember my combination, so I wrote it on a piece of paper. You know, I think I lost it somewhere.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Well, he lost it, which means we have to find it. Let's see. Anything to click on? Aha. I'm gonna assume this is the combination. That is an interesting clock that does not appear to work. Okay. What's over here?
These were installed recently. I hate this part of my job.
Oh. Can't really blame him. Let's see. Oh. Oh, goody. Seven, 4, 8. Okay.
She was the only victim that had been attacked on the spot in the park. Maybe the police had overlooked something. I had to go see for myself.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Like... Wait, can we give him his combination?
He's been nice so far.
Okay.
I don't want to push his hospitality.
Yeah, that puzzle took forever, so there's a large chunk of time that I'm cutting out there. Because...
Stay away from women!
Sorry, Mac. I like women too much.
I woke up with a splitting headache. It wasn't the first time my smart-ass mouth got me in trouble.
Did that really just happen? Really? For fuck's sake. Like, you could have said anything else there. But you know what? I admire your guts. Okay, will you let... me in here?
Why, hello there. Nice night for a walk, isn't it?
It's a little too German expressionist for my taste, but I guess one could appreciate it.
Need some company?
You must be Apollina, right?
Yes. You've heard of me.
Do you know Inezka?
Yes. Do you want both of us at the same time?
Do you know where she is?
No, I haven't seen her in a while.
When was the last time you saw her?
Hey, do you want a Nezca or me? Are you a cop or something? If so, I'll be very disappointed.
Not exactly. I'm a detective. I was hired by some of your friends.
What friends?
You must know Ida, Milena, and the late Frantiska.
Yes, I do, and they are most certainly not my friends.
And you're not afraid for your own safety.
I have all the protection I need from Roman.
Don't you care that some people you know are dying?
Actually, no. More business for me. We are just whores to the police anyway. Besides, I have all the protection I need from Roman. Now, would you kindly fuck off? You're scaring potential customers away.
Sure, whatever.
The fuck?
I like this statue. It reminds me of Ida.
What the fuck just happened to you, dude?
I like this statue. It reminds me of Ida.
Wait a second. It wants me to use some... What? Oh. So, I use this? Okay, so the victim was over here. Anything else? Oh, and there's something over here. Okay. Okay.
I like this statue. It reminds me of Ida. In the sunlight, this place would be even more depressing. In the sunlight, this place would be even more depressing.
It's making like a fucking dump noise. This is... The hell's going on?
I like this statue.
Yeah, you like the statue? Okay.
I like this statue. It reminds me of Ida.
What? Am I missing something? What am I supposed to be doing? Let's look at the picture again. No. Okay. Okay, there was something over here before. Wait. Oh, okay. Wait. The whore wasn't worthy of my devotion, so I proposed to the... What the fuck? Oh. Okay, there's a ring. Well, fuck you too, Crow. What'd I ever do to you? Okay, anything I can click on other than creepy dude? No.
Oh my. Has my friend here stolen this from you?
He has, yes.
I cannot help but be embarrassed. You see, I taught him to retrieve shiny objects for me, and he does so remarkably well, don't you think?
Yes, he does.
Being a coachman in an industrialized world is not quite what it used to be.
Who are you?
On good days, as I mentioned earlier, I work as a coachman for the odd tourist or for the prostitutes who want to make their way through the city at a bargain price. On not-so-good days, my friend, whom you've already met, becomes a thief to help me make ends meet. On bad days, I'm merely reduced to being a homeless bum.
So you know some of the prostitutes around here?
Yes, I do. I've driven them here and there through the city streets. They hire me or their clients hire me, either because I'm cheaper than a taxi, or they appreciate the rustic look.
Do you know any personally?
I knew one personally. On certain occasions we would exchange pleasantries, but most of the time I would just drive. She was very young to be doing what those animals wanted. Her name was Vladana. She was only 16 years old.
She was?
Yes, I haven't seen her in a long time. I fear the worst.
You said her name was Vladana. Are you sure it's not Inezka?
Very sure. Vladana reminded me of a girl I once knew as a young man.
You must surely know about the murders.
Indeed I do. Anyone who lives in this district knows. That is why I fear for Vladana's well-being. May I ask you a few questions?
Sure. Where are you from, sir? If you don't mind my asking.
I'm from all over Europe, it seems, sometimes. I usually don't stay in one spot for very long, but I've stayed here for a while now. My legs don't allow me to travel very far, I'm afraid. But to answer your question, I'm from London, England. Who are you, and why are you so interested in the local problems?
I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Gus McPherson. I'm a private investigator hired by the prostitutes to help stop the murders. They are, for obvious reasons, worried about the situation and have no confidence in the police's competence.
Admirable, Mr. McPherson. Admirable indeed. I have to admit that I have lost all hope in humanity. The things I have seen during my miserable life. You, Mr. McPherson, have restored my faith. Tell me, is it true? Is there a new one that washed up on the shore of the river?
She didn't wash up. Never mind, that's not important. Unfortunately, yes, there is.
Did you see her?
Yes, I did. Don't worry, my friend. Her name wasn't Vladana. She was known as Frantiska.
Thank you, Mr. McPherson. You've reassured me. You said that the body did not wash up on the shore.
No, she didn't. She was, forgive the expression, dumped there.
How is this possible? There is only one way a man can travel throughout the city without being seen, Mr. McPherson.
The sewers.
Precisely. He is using them to move back and forth, limiting the possibility of witnesses. I've stumbled on a few underground passages in this city, but I never found any in this neck of the woods. Maybe you should start looking for some. It would certainly help you in your investigation.
Have you talked to the police about your theory?
Yes, I have. But who listens to a homeless bum? Especially not one who outwits the inspector. That Inspector Skolnick is quite a unique individual.
Unique, huh? Is that Latin for asshole? Come now. You used to be a detective, or a cop even, right?
I'm a simple coachman and wish to remain that. I ask you to no longer continue in this line of questioning. Please, out of genuine courtesy.
Very well. Is there anything else you can tell me that might help me in my investigation?
I'm afraid not, Mr. McPherson. Only that little theory of mine. I'm only a coachman trying to survive, and this little fellow helps me.
Speaking of which, may I have that ring back?
Dear me, of course.
Thank you.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
It's quite all right.
Okay then. That was interesting. And we'll continue this next time.